Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. And actually, we're in good morning for me in the UK. Welcome to Gift of Healing TV. And we have a wonderful guest with us this week. We have Dr. Alexandra Kleeberg, you're in Germany, aren't you, Alexandra?
No, actually, I'm in Austria. I'm about a mile from the border. Yes, I'm not, but I can see Germany when I look out of the window. So, I can even see Switzerland.
Oh, lovely. So we have Alexandra with us, and she is sharing with us 1,001. Where has it gone? 1,001 mites, the power of self-healing. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's really important for all of us that we realize that we have to do a lot of self-healing for ourselves. And there's loads of stories, and I know Alexandra's going to go into all of that. But let me introduce Alexandra to you first. For 3 decades, Alexandra has collected self-healing images and exercises worldwide. She is a licensed psychotherapist, speaker, trainer, and author of 4 books, downloadable soon in English, Healing Every Day, 9 Steps into the Wealth of Health, You Are Extraordinary, and the bestseller, The Prosperity Factor with Dr. Joe Vitale of The Secret. That's it.
Okay.
We were talking about it before.
He was in The Secret.
In the film The Secret.
Yes.
On her YouTube channel, you will find 30+ videos. Alexandra loves to learn, dream, study, write, and float through times, myths, and space to connect with people and to connect to people. Her vision is that everybody should have access to the knowledge of self-healing. She is the co-founder of 2 transformational enterprises. Network Self-Healing, which collects self-healing stories worldwide, publishes them online, and teaches the wisdom of self-healing. And Vision E offers inspirational books, online trainings, and events on healing and self-healing, potential and self-development and social development. We've got some website addresses for you. I'm going to put those up, and for those of you that are watching the video, please look under the video. I will make sure they're up as soon as I can once the program is finished, so that you can get those websites. You will also find them on the About Us page of our website, thegiftofhealingtv.com, for at least another week. Alexandra's information's all up there. She also has a free 30-day free imagination gratitude under, and I've given you that website as well. I'm just going to make sure I pop those up for you so that you can see those. Where's that gone? Oh, I've gone back into the, there we go. That's up for those of you that have joined us live, and we have got people with us live, so thank you. Welcome to all of you. Alexandra, welcome to the program. It's lovely to have you with us, and thank you.
So thank you very much for inviting me, Sarah, and hello to everybody around the world. Welcome in the power of self-healing.
And thank you for joining us. What I like to do with all my guests is ask them to share a little of their story. Share whatever aspect you like, but obviously maybe a little bit how you got started with this, or why you got started with this. What happened?
Well, I started as a normal psychologist, but I was always very anxious to get to know more about myself and about people. And so I did very many trainings. I became a psychodrama therapist, a behavior therapist. I studied Jungian analysis. I'm a Jungian analyst. And I was always on this way of learning more about oneself and about the soul and the body. But I practiced, I would say, normally. I practiced with dealing with problems, dealing with the solving of problems. And usually what happens is that therapists feel sort of burdened by all the problems they hear. And after 10, 20 years of working this way, I didn't feel very happy with it anymore. I thought there must be something else how to work on and how to enjoy my job more and to feel more energy and be more creative. So I went around the world with my imagination and found self-healing images and self-healing exercises. I thought it would be much nicer than to hear all the problems, just to implant healing images so people can heal by themselves, and I don't have to do this sort of thing of listening and helping them. So I went out of this helping modus into a more creative modus, and from then on I taught self-healing in groups mainly, because group is a very creative field, and if people see how healing works, they get inspired, they get empowered, they get helped from the group. And that's how I came to this theme, self-healing. It's more powerful for the people. It's easier for a therapist, I would think. It's more fun, it's more creative. And so after a while of working with this energy, I started writing my books, because I thought it's a very good impact to help other therapists maybe, or medical doctors, but also to help people to find back to their own inner might, which is self-healing. Self-healing is our innate power. It is born with us. It's in us all the time. And I would like to say a little bit more about that. Scientists say that life comes from this primordial ocean. And in this ocean, the first cells were sort of born. Nobody knows how that happened, but there was life out of chemistry at once. What is interesting, that the cells had and still have a membrane, which is similar to a soap bubble. And Sara, Jane, what happens if a soap bubble gets under pressure? What happens?
It bursts.
It bursts, right? But those cells, they didn't burst. We are not a bunch of soap bubbles, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here. We would burst all the time, because there are physical influences, chemical influences. Yeah. So these first cells, they had the information on how to keep their structure in the way they are, right? They had a lot of physical, chemical, biological problems, and they kept together. The membrane kept together. So they sort of had an inner image, or they had a blueprint on how to repair themselves. Does that sound logic?
Yeah. Yeah.
They had an image on how to repair, to reconstruct after damages or after they got hurt. So it's a very innate program. And without this self-healing program, life wouldn't have come into existence. Right? So it's a program we have for millions of years, and it's a program which is in our cells right now. We look back to an ancestor row of winners. Those cells that burst and didn't survive, that's not our ancestors. And those fish or crocodiles or apes or whatever that didn't reorganize their structure and healed, they are not our ancestors, right? So our ancestor row is a row of winners. It's a row of self-healing experts. And one very important thing is to trust this inner power. That's why I always explain it in a logical sense. Self-healing is just married. It's bind to life. Without self-healing, no life. So my first thesis is healing is life, life is healing. And this is our deepest inner might, is to heal ourselves hourly, in every minute it happens. It's not a very special thing like spontaneous healing. It's happening right now, here and there. So what self-healing is about actually is to remember our own wholeness, our whole integrity, and just to remember it, and the body will work in this modus of healing. So healing is our natural state of mind. Healing is a mindset, a natural mindset from all of our ancestors up to now, to here and there, to us.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
this really fascinated me. So I asked, why do we live in a time where nobody really feels healthy? Or like in Germany, 60-70% of people, they feel burnout, they feel a little bit sick and not in their own power. So I asked that, and what I found is that we have mindsets that block our natural healing processes.
I think that you're right about the mindset. We've very much been, we can go to the doctor and the doctor can heal us. The truth of the matter is, the only person who can heal us is us.
Yes.
Nobody else can heal us. What doesn't matter what therapist you go to, your regular massage is a benefit to you. Of course they are. Going and having Reiki sessions, whatever, they're all of benefit. Going and talking to somebody, the cognitive, they're all of huge benefit, providing you now allow them to empower that self-healing within you. Yes. Because the only one who can heal you is you. You may just need some empowerment from outside to kickstart it. So this is really what you're saying. Am I right?
Yes, it's an empowerment, but I think mainly it's an information. Like a lot of people think they can't do it. Yes, it has to be a doctor, it has to be a physicist, it has to be a psychologist, it has to be somebody else. And that's why I do a lot of, in my teaching, I explain a lot of things. They don't have the information how they can do it and that they can do it. So from a therapist, actually, I went to become a trainer. I teach them how to do it. And one of the projects I would like to talk about later is that we start teaching these techniques in schools and in kindergartens, because when you learn this at a very young age, it's yours. You know, when you have a headache, you have to do this and that. When you have a stomach ache, you have to do this and that. So it's very important that people get the information that it's possible and how it is possible.
Yeah.
And then they can empower themselves, actually.
And that is what it is about. You know, sort of, I know that when I work with people, all I'm doing is offering a tool to empower their own self-healing. I'm giving them the guidance, and that's what everybody does. And we have to get out of that mindset is we've got to go to somebody and they are the ones that are going to heal us.
Exactly.
We don't have to do anything other than go to them. I think this is where the modern medicine, we can go to a doctor, we'll be given a pill, the pill will do the trick. That the pill doesn't. In a lot of cases, the pill masks the situation. You think you're better and you're not. And don't get me wrong, I am not knocking modern day doctors. Every aspect has its place.
Yes,
and
modern medicine is very, very effective in modern diseases like accidents, right? When you have a car crash, you won't probably be able to heal yourself by self-healing imaginations. It's good to have a doctor who is bringing you to the hospital and to fix your bones and whatever. Modern medicine has a place in modern diseases or modern lifestyle sicknesses. But for those for the most of the sicknesses, you can take care of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So how do you do it? Practice it, teach it? Because I know you've gone into sort of some of that, but can you expand a little more?
Yes, I told you I'm a Jungian psychoanalyst, and I always worked with images. It's one of the Jungian specialties to work with images and mythology and stories. And I sort of created a method with my groups, which I call SHE-ME. It's called Self-Healing by Embody Mental Imagination. So science proves that imagination is very effective. There are a lot of scientific research in sports, like a lot of people who are active in sports. They when they have broken their arm, also they work with imagination, and so they are fit after 2 months, 3 months, and can play again. This is very effective, almost as effective as if you train in real life. So what I did is I combined imaginations and also bodily expression to make it more effective, because there's a feedback between what you think and what you imagine, and in the biochemistry of the body. So you can start either way. You can start with the body, or you can start with the imagination. And what I do is do both. For example, now it's early in the morning, and maybe you see this show, but you haven't gone to the shower yet. It's possible. I did it because I'm here, but some people might not they might sit in their sleeping suit and just watching. So what you can do is, when you go to the shower, you shower and you imagine while showering that the water is cleaning off all your bad dreams from the night. The water is cleaning off all the traumata of your life. You can imagine that you even open your scalp and the water is washing your brain. It's cleaning it, and it's rinsing inside, cleaning the stomach, cleaning the intestine. It goes inside through the joints, through the muscles, and it's cleaning all parts of the body. So this is what I mean by embody mental imagination. You do something real, and you sort of float it with your imagination. Jung called this the symbolic life. Like every act you do has a symbolic meaning. Or after you've taken a shower, you might go to the toilet. The toilet is a very wonderful place for self-healing. You just put your shit away, right? And you flush it off. So you can do that every morning and say, well, I put the shit of my life away. And you stand up and feel more free, for example. Those are little examples how you combined imagination with everyday practice.
That is brilliant. That is really brilliant. It really is excellent.
It's fun too, right? So while you sit on the toilet, what are you doing? You imagine what you're just getting rid of.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't do that. I actually have affirmations I use in the shower. Yes. But I suppose in my own way, with those affirmations, sort of I wash away.
Yes.
So with those affirmations, I'm doing a similar type thing. But obviously by taking your imagination and thinking, right, open up the skin, let's wash down through the breath. I think that is absolutely brilliant. And yeah, nobody likes talking about going to the loo, but I think that again, it's just like how to let go of it's stuff I don't need. Not only am I emptying out what the body no longer requires physically, I'm letting go of what the body doesn't require anymore emotionally.
Yes, and the one positive thing about that, it doesn't take extra time. You know, we're living in a life where we are very busy, and we say we don't have 20 minutes a day for meditation or for imagination. And this, it's just a sense of awareness and of a creative feel that you combine your daily practice with imagination, but it doesn't take more time.
Yeah.
And these things that are automatically done become a different meaning. They're becoming a self-healing tool. And after you've taken the shower, what I always do is I put rose oil on my skin. And you know, these first cells, they have the membrane. It has lipid molecules. And you can, while you're doing that, you imagine you are sheltering your life, you're sheltering yourself, you're protecting them in the rest of the day, so you can do that as well.
Brilliant. No, that's superb, and I hope folks find it as fascinating as I am, because I've not heard of this before. This is really
it's in my book, which will come out with Balboa Press. It's a Hay House company. And it's called Healing Every Day. It's how to combine self-healing images to your everyday practice. You can combine it with standing up and sitting down. You stand up into your might. You stand up into your dignity. You stand up into your joy. You can put this symbolic idea on every movement you make. So that's the book, Healing Every Day.
And when's that coming out?
I hope at the beginning of 2017. It's done in German, and it's on the market in German, and the translation is almost done, but it's still a lot of work till it gets published.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant, and and I hope folks will keep their eyes open. And once it is published, do let us know, because we'll quite happily share that for you, because I know everything at the moment where Gift of Healing TV is in English, so but obviously if we've got any German viewers, okay. This sounds amazing, so brilliant. Okay, so really, I think you've answered the question, how does it work?
So this is how it works, but I want to tell something general first. Like every inner picture we have, any imagination, and it's not only inner pictures, it can be with sound, it can be with feelings, it's not just colors. It influences our body at once. And I want to give you another example for that. It's a very common example. Just imagine I have a lemon in my hands. You see my hands, Sara?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Just imagine you have it in your hands, and you cut it, you slice it, and you suck this lemon juice. You know this example. What happens?
It's very tart.
Okay, something happens in your mouth.
You feel it. It's a sensation.
Yes, and when you suck it, you probably get more liquid in your mouth, right?
Saliva.
And maybe you get a goose skin. I don't know. Another example, just imagine I have long fingernails in pink, and there's this blackboard that you know from school, and I scratch this. What happens? You say, oh, maybe all the others who are watching can imagine that too. Something happens with our bodies, right?
Yes.
So do I have long fingernails, Sara?
No,
you don't see them. Is there a blackboard there?
No.
and are we all crazy? Just boop, 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 boop. Are we crazy? No, we're just normal people, right? But we imagine that, and the body reacted at once. The body can differentiate between something so-called real and something which we imagine. And this is our real chance for self-healing, because we can implant healing images and the body will think they are real, right?
Yeah.
So this helps, for example, people which I had who had very, very many traumatic experiences in their life, and they say their life was just shit. Their parents were bad, the school was bad, whatever. And this one lady said, I don't even have a joyful image in my whole life. So how can I work with that? And then the group invented her nice parents and a nice teacher and everything. And she even picked parents from a TV show, which became her parents. And she worked with them. And she said, first, it was very strange to have these wonderful parents. And I thought I was crazy. But after a week or 2 weeks, she said, oh, they are very nice persons. I feel very, very well with them. And so we implanted these healing pictures, and she became well this way. She changed her story. She changed her trauma childhood into a wonderful, caring childhood, and the body healed, because the body needs a relaxed state for healing.
Yeah.
So it is very important which inner pictures we have on how to guide our body, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We are, as human beings, the majority of us, I'm not going to say everybody, because there'll be those people who say to me, you're wrong, but the majority of us, our abiding memories are those that hurt us, not those that have been happy memories.
Yes, it's not fun.
And they are the ones that for some reason, they may actually be in the minority, but we are very good at remembering what hurts rather than what's happy.
Yes.
And so what you're saying is absolutely, it's trying to get us back to, and I suppose that's why when something happens, our immediate reaction is we find the bad in it and not the good in it.
Yes.
It's changing the way we look at things. Okay, that wasn't very helpful, but in that respect, but actually what was good about that? Don't go for what was bad about it, what was negative about it. Go for what was good about it. And the more we can help ourselves look for the good in everything, because there's good in everything. Neil Donald Walsh says, perhaps when your life appears to be falling apart, it is actually falling together.
Yes.
And I think that is brilliant, because when you can look back at your life and you see how something that was quite traumatic actually had the effect of totally changing your life for the better, but it didn't feel like it at the time.
Yes, this works for some people, but some people, they're stuck very much in misery, and for them it's a help that you can change this so-called misery, and it brings us back to our inner might, not only of self-healing, but what is connected with that. It's a creative power to create life, backwards in time, forward in time, and right now, here and then.
Yeah.
And what we need for self-healing, so if you're traumatized by all these bad experiences, your body is in a fight and flight modus, and this is not when you heal. For example, if right now we are talking and outside your car is burning and somebody says, fire, Sara, your car is burning, what would you do?
Actually, I'm working at the moment. I've got to have respect for you. And I've unplugged my phone, so I can't even phone 999.
Okay. Okay, but maybe you see the fire, the high flames at the window. What would you do?
Well, but then I'd have to plug my phone in and dial 999 because I can't do anything. At the end of the day, I can't do anything. I can't get a fire extinguisher and put a car out.
Okay, but you will be sort of, your attention would go to the fire, right? In some way. You're a very calm person.
I think for the majority of people, the answer to that would be yes, they would. But I suppose in my life and in days gone by, I'd have gone into absolute panic mode. Yes, I would. So yes, that would be the reaction you'd be expecting from people.
Okay,
I've come to that conclusion. There is nothing I can do about it. Obviously, I want to make sure the house isn't going to burn as well. But yes, if you like, I've got to that calm. Why worry about what I can't control?
Okay, so you're one of the wise person who stay calm even that. But I think most of the people, when something is very, very urgent, you do that first, right? Yeah. And afterwards you repair your curtain or your sofa or you clean up.
Yeah.
Why I'm saying this is that our cells work the same way. When there is something very needy to do because it's important for your survival, yeah, you are in the fight and flight modus. And you don't repair at that moment. You don't repair your curtains, the hole in your curtain, when there is a fire outside, right? And our cells are the same way. So it's very, very important to get out of this fight and flight modus so the body feels safe and secure and you can trust your body. And then the cells start to reorganize, repair, and heal. So if you're very traumatized in your childhood, it's important to have very, very healing pictures that you come out of this fight and flight modus and your body starts repairing and healing. You can't do both at the same time, fight and heal.
And that's just it. Our traumas that we haven't dealt with. And I see this with children because of what I've been through, because of the traumas I went through and the insecurities. I meant it when I said in the past, I would have been in absolute panic mode.
Yes.
I really would have been. And I'd have dropped everything. I'd have been in a right state. For those of you that watched loads of these programs, you've seen when we've had glitches. And I just get on with them because that's how I got to my life, but I would never have been like that. I wasn't always this calm about things.
Yes. That's how you learn.
But it is, and I think it's your healing process. It's finding that way of healing. This all sounds absolutely brilliant. It really does. I've, in my own way, developed my own process, and I've healed my inner child. And it is, but we bottle up everything that we don't know how to deal with. And that bottling up, when something says, it's time you dealt with me, knock, knock, here I am. But it doesn't tell you what it is. But it can come out in your aches, pains, illnesses, ailments, stresses, strains, because it's saying, it's time you dealt with me. And of course, when you work with that, heal that, this is what you're saying, this is when your body can go into heal mode. Because what is actually your issue is the emotional that hasn't been dealt with. And I know it feels very physical, but actually most of the time it's about emotional.
Yes, yes. And a center of self-healing, of course, is to deal with this inner child and to release the emotion this inner child has suppressed, which is mainly anger and anxiety and sadness or whatever. And so in this process, we become free. Yeah. And we start trusting again ourselves as we did when we were born. A new child is expressing everything it feels, and it comes back to a natural, healthy state after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or something like that. So our gurus in self-healing are the children. It's not a guru out there, a wise man or a wise woman. The gurus are the children because they live an authentic life, maybe till they get to kindergarten. So just watch a baby, how it reacts when it gets hurt, when it feels discomfortable, and it screams, it yells, it cries. So that's how we get back to our inner child, to release these emotions, and after that find a place of peace And then we can start creating our life, our future.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm so about working with the inner child, because it's something I had to do for myself. And what we have to realize is that until we get to an age, and it's different for all of us, where we realize there are outside circumstances we have no control over, and we can't explain things to a child and say, yeah, people know my story. Some of them know my story. I was hospitalized for 3 months as a tiny baby. I spent my first birthday in hospital at a time parents couldn't stay with their children. So my feelings of not being wanted, not good enough, unloved, and I'm certainly imperfect because I've got a scar on my neck that I say proves it. But what happened was I felt totally deserted. You can't explain the circumstances that were outside my parents' control to a less than 1-year-old. In fact, even to children up into their teens, that can be difficult to explain. Once you understand circumstances outside your control, and you think, oh, okay, and it's helping the inner child to understand that. And to realize they were loved, they were wanted, the parents were as distressed about it as the child was, but the child can't understand that. And so, yes, that image of getting back to the child and helping the child realize that actually what they thought was bad wasn't, it was something totally different, but unfortunately they could only take it in the way they could see it.
Yes, that's what I say is that a lot of so-called problems come what we call in German, and I think it's in English the same word, it's the Sitegeist. Like 30, 40 years ago, it was normal to give the baby to a hospital and hope it will heal there, right? Yeah. And it was not bad parents. It was the Zeitgeist who said, this is all right. And our Zeitgeist right now, it has roots that go hundreds and thousands years back in time, in times where children and babies didn't really have a right to live and to express themselves. Like in Germany 70 years ago, the child had to obey and the grown-ups had to break the will of the child so it can function in the Nazi society, right? And that's still an unconscious collective zeitgeist we are in a little bit, even right now. It takes time to bring it back to natural again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Share a little about the network self-healing, because I know that's something that's very important to you. And obviously you'd like to try and get folks possibly involved in, I think.
Yes, I'm a co-founder of Network Self-Healing. We think, the doctor, Michael Schlatt, and I, we think that it's very important to bring self-healing into schools, into kindergartens, into old people.
Oh, Alexandra, you've frozen on me. Good, I've got you back.
Yes, and we want to open up a free platform, internet platform for self-healing stories, because there are people all over the world who healed all sorts of sicknesses just by shifting their mindset. And we like to collect these stories, and for that we developed a very easy questionnaire. It's on our page. Where do I have it? www.heal-your-self.com, and you can put in your...
Is it .com or .org?
Oh, sorry, it's .org. It's .org. www.heal-your-self.org. And there you can put in the data of your self-healing story. And if you have one, I would really, really appreciate it if you fill it out and send it back to us. Or if you know people who have done it, just send this questionnaire around the world. There will be a little present for each story we get, and there will be prizes for the most wonderful story. So this is part of the network Self-Healing, to open up a free internet platform encouraged, maybe contact each other, and the wisdom of self-healing can become a global knowledge. The other pillar of network self-healing is to teach the wisdom of the body and the wisdom into health. Like I've wrote the book 9 Steps into the Wealth of Health. It's a systematic approach on self-healing, which steps you have to take to get more and more and more healthy and heal. So it's also a platform for teaching. And with this 9 Steps into the Wealth of Health program, we offer a book, a workbook, 20 MP3 with imaginations, webinars, seminars, and on different levels, we offer certification on Shemi, self-healing by embodimental imagination. It's Shemi Silver, Shemi Gold. So you can get introduction into self-healing, into imagination, into how to implant images to heal your stomach, your liver, your heart, your lungs, how to integrate it into everyday life. So those are the 2 pillars of network self-healing. And for now, I really, really, really like you, everybody who's listening, to fill out this questionnaire, www.heal-your-self.org, and send it to us for this free internet platform.
Brilliant.
My partner just wrote it in a correct way here. I hope you can see it. I didn't find the card I made.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant. That's excellent. I've also put it up on the side here for those who are watching us live, so you can see that it's there, as well as the vision. That's up there, so you can go to that as well as your other website.
We just
and also it's on. It's under the About Us page. It's on there at the moment. And for those of you watching the YouTube video, once the program is actually finished going out live, I will go and put those all under there as well, so that you can find them. And if you have got your own self-healing stories, I must do my own.
That would be wonderful if you start that. Yes. Yes, I'd love it.
So please do go and do that. Do go and do that. Alexandra, I know we're coming to the end of our 45 minutes, but you did comment before we came on live that you'd possibly got a 5-10 minute little exercise or something that we could do. If you've got the time, would you like to share that with us, so that it's something that we're interactive doing with folks?
I can do maybe 2 or 3 just little exercises, because the one I was thinking of is actually for the evening, but I can show that too. I will tell you a very, very, very small exercise just to raise your dopamine level in the brain. The dopamine is very important to loosen up automatic networks and to free the nerve cells into network clusters of joy. So one very, very easy exercise is just to smile, just to put your lips to your ears as far as you can. And you can do it if you don't feel like smiling. It's not important for the body if that's the feeling you have or not. You just put your lips to your ears, and if it's hard for you, you can even just put a pencil into your mouth. This works too. They tried this and that in a scientific research, and it works if you do it like that. And after a while, the body produces this hormone dopamine, and you feel better, 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 better. So just do that, and just imagine that this will be the most wonderful day of your life. Just imagine it. You don't have to think this will be true. Just imagine this is the most wonderful morning. This is the most wonderful day of your life. Okay, another easy exercise is you get up. I won't show that here because I'm sitting here, otherwise my earphone will come out, and you just jump like a little child, like 2 or 3 years old. Maybe it's Christmas time and you will get presents this evening or this morning, and you just jump and scream and yell and be happy. You don't have to feel happy for that. You just jump and smile. Okay, so those are very easy exercises for the morning to prepare your body for the most wonderful day of your life. The exercise I was thinking about is actually evening exercise. It's for the people who are in New Zealand or Australia or whatever, is that we have a system in the body. It's called the parasympathetic system. That's for soothing the body, just for getting back into a relaxed state. And the parasympathetic system, the nervus vagus, it's a very important nerve system, nervus vagus, I think it's called in English. It starts here. And maybe you have a cat, which you crawl here. Maybe you were crawled here as a baby or as a little child. Then you can remember it, but you can start crawling yourself here, right? And maybe you feel it tickles, it starts. Nervous vagus system starts, which is for soothing the body, for relaxation. So you do that for a while with open eye, with closed eyes. And after a while, you take your hand away and you close your eyes. I always say, please close your dear eyes. Some people get upset by dear eyes, but it's very important to have an intimate relationship to every organ of your body. It's working for you. It's like your dearest child, it's the eyes. So you close your eyes and just imagine you were tickled and crawled in your back. Just imagine that and feel how your body is streaming and pulsating there. There is rooted the nervus vagus. And just imagine the nervus vagus as a stream of calmness and peace. Just imagine up there is the source of the nervus vagus, of this river of peace, and it flows down inside and it sort of hugs your thyroid gently. It flows down inside and it embraces your lungs. It tenderly kisses your heart. And this river of peace flows down inside. It caresses your stomach and gently hugs and cradles your intestine. And just flow on this river of peace through your body and imagine peace is there right now and deep inside. So that's a quick round. It's for those people who will be going to bed soon. You will get it if you fill out the questionnaire. You will get out, I say, a longer version of this one. It's an imagination of this river of peace of the parasympathetic system. So you got some exercises for the morning. You got this exercise for the night. And if you want to learn more, just you can mail me. I have my mail address. It's Alexandra at 1001imagination.com. And there you can get access to the books once they are printed, or once they are able to be downloaded, and to MP3s and so forth. Just write me. I will be happy to answer and to connect worldwide. I love this idea of a worldwide transformation into healing.
Yeah, Alexandra, brilliant. Thank you very. I've just put the email address up there. Alexandra, thank you so much. I know we're running a little over, but is there anything finally that there is something you'd like to share that we haven't covered?
Oh, we have covered maybe just 1% of what I love and what I know. So I really love to see people in webinars and seminars. I have so many stories of the people from my groups. I learn every day. I learn more healing stories, more healing images. Maybe it's just back to what I said. Self-healing is life, and self-healing is our innate inner power. Just trust it. Change your mindset back into healing. Change your mindset back into the authenticity and intuitiveness of a child, and create your life, create your vision, and out of this freedom, create yourself a happy, healthy, fulfilled life. You have this in my book, 9 Steps into the Wealth of Health, a systematic approach to self-healing.
Brilliant. Thank you so very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've learned a lot.
Okay. Thank you.
Which is excellent. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed that. I really do. Thank you to those of you who've been here live. You've all been quiet. Oh, what? Hang on. What's she holding up? Oh, thank you. Much appreciated, Alexandra.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next week we have a couple of programs for you. We've got another meditation Monday, connecting with your younger self, which is very appropriate after today. And we've also got Patricia Iris Keren's show. So that's Monday and Tuesday next week evenings. You can go to the website, giftofhealingtv.com. You can register for those programs there. You will get replays. All the videos go up onto YouTube, and we put all the replays up on YouTube, up onto the website. Sorry, the links to the YouTube videos on the website as well. So please, if there's anything you're interested in, go and see what you can find, especially for those of you that may be new to us. Thank you so much, Alexandra. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us this morning. And for those of you this evening, good night. Or those of you that have it's afternoon, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Alexandra. It's been a real pleasure.
You.
Thank you, folks. Take care. Have a brilliant rest of day, however long it is. And hopefully we'll see you again next week. Love, peace, and light to you all. Namaste.
Bye-bye.